Looks like Shane Weber on the mound for the Snappers. He's going to feature some right-to-left action into these lefties. Let's see if he can get some of these strong lefties out.
Weber's been really struggling out on the mound, Jim, the last week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, kind of a guy that you can rely on to throw strikes, and the Snappers have a strong offense behind him.
And he starts this one off with 3 straight balls, and he's going to have to come to Tanic here. Good pitch.
Tanic's opening debut summer season at bat here. He's trying to get off to a good start. And he will. Puts Weber in trouble early with a walk, and he'll do that. Has power, plate discipline, really the entire package.
Now maybe the best overall hitter here in the league, Tom Gannon, stepping up. Been practicing a lot in the last couple of weeks as they've been off.
Dr. Winkley, as they like to call him, dangerous in all facets of his game.
Snappers have an excellent defense out there, Jim. They have all season long.
Gannon tries to go oppo. And a broadcaster's curse there, Chad, is
error, obviously.
They have had a good defense, but newer faces for me out there today. Is that Christian Santillanes at second base. And the error there at short puts Weber in trouble early.
How'd the money come in, Jim, on the betting here? 4,000 and only 1,700.
Booth gets their first ball. Yeah, only 57 WIFFLE points in play in this game one. I did not get down on this game, so I want to see the Sandvipers, how they come out in their first game of the season.
Hot from Weber there, 60. He's got to have to bring it down. Really hard to be dominant with that 55-mile-an-hour stuff out here. Really got to change speeds and mix it up a lot to get hitters off balance. Weber's in trouble here. Christian handles that little pop fly pretty easily, and they get their first out.
Little breath of fresh air there for Weber. Gets an easy pop-up. Runners stay at first and second. And this is the part of the Sandvipers lineup, Chad, that the addition of TJ is going to help out. A right-handed bat, a much-needed right-handed bat for this Sandvipers lineup.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see TJ out here, but tonight they're going to have to get it done without him.
And here's Trent, your Grand Slam leader, as he likes to say on the broadcast.
Good swing there, but Weber had a lot of movement on that pitch. Gets it to 1-2. The real deal with this pitching against this Vipers team is not letting Tanic come to the plate a second time in the first inning. You've got to get those 3 outs and 5 batters. Agreed.
Can't let them turn the lineup over. And when he does come up, not getting runners on base in front of him, give him a solo home run as out.
Good pitch by Weber, bouncing back here, and here comes Buck to make his debut, PLW debut. He has been waiting for this, Jim, on the camera for the last month.
Helping out with the production.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
And just biting at the bit, watching everybody else play. And some confusion there, but it gets taken care of.
Weber called it first, then Christian called it, and Weber just bulldozed him back, and that could have been trouble, but he's able to hang on.
Well, Weber carries that kind of cloud on the Snappers these days with the numbers and production he's putting up. And as I kind of touched on before the game, he's really added on from Taylor. The Snappers win as Taylor went, and that's just not the case.
Well, very deep team the Snappers have now. They are batting 6 here, though, which is a little bit of a detriment to rolling that lineup back to Taylor. They got Jesse in the 6 hole. We'll see if that hurts him a little bit here tonight. Tom has been working really hard on the mound the last 2 weeks, developing some new pitches. And, I mean, frankly, I think Tom is the nastiest pitcher in this league at 55. I think he's got the edge on Stein. He gave up a couple of really bad appearances in the season 1, which blew his ERA up a little bit. But in general, he's just filthy out there.
Yeah, he features more pitches than I think anybody else in the league. I mean, he'll throw 7, 8 different variations at different speeds. I mean, he's a professional wiffle baller, Chad. I mean, that's what Dr. Winkley does. And I've been waiting to see him get out and what he's added to his game in the summer season.
I've told Adam if they want to be one of the dominant teams in this league, that they're going to have to just pound Winkley all season on the mound out there and go. They have a very fluffy approach to their pitching where they just kind of, everybody's treated the exact same. They just roll through their pitching lineup and they don't really make decisions based on it. Adams told me they're going with the opposite approach this season. They're not going to have any rain. It's just going to be new pitcher, new pitcher, new pitcher. So let's see if that comes into play and they roll through their. Tom gives up 2 hits. They might pull him.
Yeah, very interesting. Here's Bryner leading things off for the Snappers, as he usually does.
Season 1 MVP. Winkley's first pitch, a little hot. You can do play-by-play if you want to. We'll just mix it up and see.
Cool.
Game 2, maybe we'll have a better plan.
And
Yikes, Jim.
my
Yikes.
goodness, the 12th home run of the season, tying his teammate Shane Weber. And Bryner does what he does all the time, and that's lead games off with solo home runs. And a quick message sent to the Sandvipers that, hey, we've been playing for a few weeks. We're in good form. We're one of the best teams in this league. And you guys have been sitting around for 3 weeks.
Yeah, that was impressive right there. And that's not going to rattle Tom, though. He's going to bounce back here and come after Weber.
Here's Weber. 12 home runs himself. Winkley, methodical delivery. And finds the speed at 53. Nice adjustment.
Tom likes to stick his finger into the wiffle ball. He's the best at it by far, maybe even one of the best in the country at it, to be honest with you, to take that speed off the ball. And
Yeah.
it's very impressive.
Weber just missing that. Tanic under it, makes the easy play.
The ball kind of pops off his finger. The better hitters can hear it pop, and they kind of know. It just allows him to make the radar gun read a little slower.
Yeah, something I have not mastered myself, Chad, is I'm uncomfortable doing it. But throwing strikes with it would be the issue. And he's got it down, you're right.
Yeah, he's been working hard on it. He's actually going to put out a pitching tutorial. He's got a pitching tutorial video featuring 9 pitches, Jim. And he threw them all to perfection. He came out each night and worked on one pitch and took videos of it until he had
Here's J-Dub.
had clips of the best version of his 9 pitches that he throws. So he really is a pitcher.
He's dedicated to his craft. The 1-1 goes up and in.
He was coming back a little bit there.
J-Dub. Little power surge lately for J-Dub. Let's see if he can keep that going.
He's faced some very mediocre pitching this last week, too, though. It's a little different when there's a real pitcher out there.
I agree.
Let's see if Tom grooves him one.
And a lefty-on-lefty matchup there, Chad. You'd like to see Winkley maybe go after him, and he's going to give way to the right-handed hitter, Castaneda, who I am concerned about him making it through a season with this massive swing he takes. Beautiful pitch, strike one, nice adjustment.
You've got to really crowd the plate a little against Tom. He will take advantage of that outside corner.
And there's the variety we talk about. Coming underneath, little screwball going away from him from a different arm slot. Reaches and does well. There's a line drive into right, short of the wall. Will move the runner over to third, and Castaneda making his presence felt early.
In the PLW, first to third is dictated 100% by whether the ball's on the right side or the left side on a single, and that was on the right side, so he's going to take third base there.
Here comes Santillanes Jr.
Another good strike by Tom to start. Big deal. When you start with 1 strike here, he's able to bang you 0-2 right away, and he's got a variety to come after you with now.
Oh, nasty delivery from Winkley there.
You should stay right there, Jim. That was unhittable.
Good back foot pitch. I don't know what that was.
Only 57, too. It wasn't that hot.
And speaking of that, I was talking with Winkley, and he wants to add that to his game a little more this year, is coming in hot, testing hitters at the higher speed limits to get him to chase.
Filthy pitch there. The overhand screwball that Christian did not see at all there.
Yes, getting a good look at what he does with just so many arm angles and pitches, and it really keeps you guessing at the plate. You almost make a decision before he throws what you're going to do. Here's Caps, the guy you really want to go after, but still hitting 294 with a couple home runs. Everyone in the Snappers lineup is deep and can hit.
See, this is by hitting 6 here. This is where Taylor could be up again right now to
Right.
put this game out of reach, but it's Jesse instead, and Tom needs this out.
Weak ground ball. Winkley fields easily and fires into the strike zone. I think that would have been short, Chad, if that didn't hit the strike
100% would have been short. He tinged the bottom of it there, and I don't know what that was.
Maybe a little early season frustration or a couple of miles per hour on that. But while we're between innings here, let's bring up our sponsors today, Chad. And starting off right in center field, Tarantino's Italian. Love their support here. Little Batty Bakery. Pocket Radar. This league probably non-existent without Pocket Radar, Chad.
Not at all. And we put this Pocket Radar in about a year ago in the lower league, and we made it 49 or lower to get a strike. And it was more of a co-ed league, a competitive co-ed league, and it worked out.
Sounds fun.
It worked out. It was fun. It worked out really well. And through that league, we developed the PLW, raised the speed limit a little bit, and everything seems to be lining up just right here.
Yeah, we appreciate your support. 51 viewers. Let's mix it up in the chat. Ask questions away. Glad to help answer those as we take you through this ball game. A beautiful Las Vegas day. The
Japan.
Sandvipers get very lucky. Yeah, and look, Dr. Winkley gets support from Japan. Here's Tanic's second at bat, walked first. Both pitchers with a walk early in this game. Definitely a storyline.
Oh, tough break for Weber. He needs that strike here. It's a big difference. 0-2 and 1-1 could not be any different here.
Here's the 1-1. Tanic ground ball to first. Santianes fields.
4-0-6.
Little boot. I got into WIFFLE by literally showing up here through a friend. But some of these guys have been playing a long time. A lot of us playing as kids and revisiting our childhood.
Yeah, once this league actually developed, Wifflers that have been playing 10, 15 years all across the West Coast, found interest. And some of them entered the draft and got picked up because they're super talented players.
Yep.
Randy Dalby from Arizona and Peter Maccabee from L.A.
Gannon skies one. No catchers here in the PLW. Just that backstop. He doesn't make too many plays back there.
The rule actually is that every defender must be as far away from the batter as the pitcher. So you can't creep in more than like 40 feet away as a shortstop or a second baseman. You got to stay back.
2-2 delivery. Big pitch here. Just a bit hot. And Chad, definitely going to be relying on you for our rules talk here. You're the man for that.
Didn't go to the gym. It's too fresh.
Chad Phillips on it with the rules here at PLW.
Yeah, everybody's starting to kind of figure them out a little better as we go here. A lot less arguments.
That's fouled towards the booth. Gannon stays alive. 1-0 Snappers here. Top two. Full count. 1 out. Dr. Winkley. Tom Gannon from the left side.
That's a second walk, Jim.
Yep. A big part of this game is walks and getting Weber out of the game. And you get gifted with Taylor Bryner. To eat some innings early up for him, though, that's actually really key.
10 innings. If you appear in an inning, you get charged with an inning. So Shane Weber will have be credited with 2 innings pitched for this game. And Taylor is now, the second inning is his first inning as well. So we'll see if that hurts him a little later.
Well, should change the strategy this game. I'm sure Taylor was their slated starter for game 2 or possibly game 3. So
I want to say that this is Weber's 4th consecutive poor pitching appearance. A couple of walkouts, a couple of 6, 7, 8 run allowed, and he's really been struggling finding his way on the mound, as a lot of good pitchers have in season 2.
Yeah, this summer season, seeing a little warmer weather, ball's moving, and these hitters are getting better.
Yeah,
Adjusting to this 55-mile-an-hour speed limit.
a lot of home runs been given up by very good pitchers.
And here's Bryner. He'll feature a north to south breaker, screwball, and a slider going away from the righty. Screwball going away from the lefty. One of the better pitchers out here. His first delivery. Little 12-6. Just didn't get on top of that. Misses up and in. And here's 1-1. Big situation here in the second. Fouled away by Herzog. Going to need Herzog to take a step forward in this Sandvipers lineup. Led the league in walks last year. I think the Sandviper would like to see him do a little more with his bat. And he goes down looking, and Bryner is going to come in and try to shut the door down. Here's Trench, eye black. He's ready to play today. He's been chomping at the bit to get out there. Comes up in a big spot. 52, gets ahead. The 0-2 to Trench. Ooh.
Good take since he just hit the top part of the zone with the first pitch. A little scary.
Oh, that's a great take. That's a great pitch. Ahead in the count. Enticing to the hitter. That's what you want to do. And
that was one of the best screwballs I've ever seen in my entire life, I think, right there.
Taylor
Jim.
features that screwball pitch. Chen throws one, too. That is good to righties and lefties.
They're
Pesky
different
pitch.
screwballs, though. Taylor's got this smaller, tighter one that almost starts later. Chen's just comes out of his hand, just pouring away and down. And Taylor's is harder to pick up. Chen, you can kind of tell when the screwball's coming. Not that you can hit it, but you can kind of recognize it. But Taylor's screwball is one that you swing, oh, damn, you just get fooled by it. So really good job by Taylor to get through that lineup in the second inning.
Yeah, he does do a good job stopping the bleeding there. And for anything for the Sandvipers, they'll get less of him later in this series, which will definitely be to their advantage, but not now.
Well, so far this season, Taylor has been able to always be available because they've been up by so many runs. They're able to immediately go to third and fourth and fifth string pitchers to give them chances because they're up 8-1 in the third. So Taylor hasn't really been needed. But today, the 10 innings might come into play with Taylor.
And there's just times where Taylor just puts this team on his back and they ride him. And
to a championship, Jim?
He seems glad to do it. Winkley a bit hot there.
Oh, no, and Taylor knew it, too. It's scary.
Yeah, his pitch recognition is great, and he represents most of the production in this game with a solo home run in his first at-bat.
That's nasty.
Oh.
That's so nasty.
I am not looking forward to facing that as a left-handed batter, Chad.
Tom is no joke out there, guys.
And he bounces back, and this is what I referenced to, what he told me. Humping it up to 60 on Bryner, the guys that will offer at it, like myself. Bryner, one of those guys as well. That will.
100%.
And Tom knows it. He's been watching 20 games out here, 3 weeks.
You know, I currently have Tom as a small favorite to win the Cy Young this year. The only problem that I see him facing is that Adam doesn't give him enough innings out there. But if Adam sees how nasty he is, he'll be getting more innings, I promise.
And here's Weber. Fouls one off to the right side.
All the good pitchers have, my ERA's up in the fives, and then like Carrasco, Patrica, Stein.
Yep.
We're all up 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 ERAs right now.
I think you're going to see the 5.6 ERA be the new benchmark in this league right now.
Yep. Schmidt's the one that's really kept his ERA down this season.
And Tom speeds it up again on the Snappers lineup, and
his advantage.
I think he's onto something here.
He speeds it up so nonchalantly. A lot of pitchers, you can see them coming harder, but it's like Tom has that same soft arm motion. It just comes out hotter.
And it's enticing to the hitter. That was right down the middle, and see if you can hit it. Oh, my. Big bending slider to the lefty.
That's part of the sticking the finger in the ball. He does the exact same thing with the arm, except when he sticks his finger in, it comes out 52. When he doesn't, it comes out 62.
J-Dub in trouble here, 0-2, 2 outs. Oh, my. Changes arm slots there. And the Snappers maybe level up in competition today, especially what they're seeing from Winkley here early.
I think that was the most impressive inning pitched I've ever seen in the PLW right there. I think he threw 8 pitches, and they were all filthy. And, that's going to make the Sandvipers a legitimate threat here in this league, just seeing how nasty he is.
Yeah, absolutely. And, some of these lofty batting averages we see on the Snappers. Bryner coming in at 500, Weber coming in at 400. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going today. But in for a challenge, at least early here.
Both these teams want game one pretty bad. Get off to a good start here. 2-1 seems like the way this series is going to go. I don't see a sweep here tonight in this one. I don't see a sweep in the late series here either with us and against the ones. I see these being really competitive games tonight. So you want to not make any errors. Errors get compounded quickly out here and can turn into big innings, and the game can be over quickly with just one error.
Absolutely. And yes, Philo Bedeau. We start at 0-1 count here at the PLW. Hitters start with the strike. And here's Buck with his second career PLW appearance. Tough assignment here with Bryner as he gets ahead.
Screwball.
Almost too easy, and welcome to PLW, right?
That's kind of how it is. You know, you see those new guys come up, and you got to get them because the old guys are hard to get out now. So
here's Tanic, his third at bat. Grounded out first, drew a walk, helped with getting Weber out of the game early. Look at that screwball right back to Bryner. And Bryner takes care of him on one pitch.
3.8 on the time there. What's my favorite pitch is my riser. I mean, I got to go to that riser. But no, these players, only a few players are really good at hitting it. I get the ball above their bat, and they hit pop-ups off me.
Yep. It's a tough pitch to hit, easy pitch to get it out in front of as well.
I am a fly ball pitcher. There's no doubt about that. So there's nights down here that I'm scared to death with that wind blowing out. It's hard to get outs.
Winkley swinging first pitch, and that's grounded to first. Santillanes busy over there today.
3.46 on the time there. Quick play. Quick inning.
And the Snappers clinging to that 1-0 advantage here, and we're in for a little pitcher's duel here, which
looks
I'm
like
guessing right, Chad. You're very pleased with this.
Yeah, I am. I do want to see these pitchers' ERAs get hit hard, though. So I'd like to see some runs in all games.
Well, Tom looks like he has been working his craft. Sandvipers starting the season 3 weeks late, making their debut.
Remember, we had a draft for the schedule. Everybody picked their own slots, and nobody stuck the Sandvipers with an early series. Nobody saw Adam's strategy and how he was trying to have no games played so they could work their team and they've had some scrimmages and some practices.
Right.
Don't forget the Sandvipers live here at the ranch, so they were trying to take advantage of that. But
Castaneda lays off.
one problem that it brought up is that, like you said, the Snappers are in form right now. So
Yes.
they're just trying to get going here, and the Snappers and the ones are raking. So
Very intriguing matchup. And stays alive, does a good job there. Castaneda does not hold anything back in his swing, which I don't as well, so I relate to that. Here's the 1-2. Oh, a little hesitation in the windup.
Are we getting replays here on these or no?
I did not get that intel,
Make sure you
Chad.
guys are down there with the replay ready. If I'm not sure who's down in the
little
the
boot
booth
boot.
there.
I'm a left fielder out there where the Sandviper, Adam Tanic's playing. I do a little pitching as well. Here's Santillanes. Big hack first pitch.
I
Good
do
pitch to
really
hit.
like you as the closer, Jim. I think that you're not really effective at getting 15 outs, but you can be very effective at getting 2 to 4 outs for sure. It's a good role for you.
I enjoyed the pressure. Oh, Trench, one of our better shortstops in the league, getting his season started, and that looks like it bounced from up here. And Winkley seems to be throwing the ball just way too hard into the backstop, putting a lot of miles per hour behind those throws, and a little warning with his first one, and it comes back to bite him there on a very routine play. Trench, excellent stop. See how Winkley bounces back. Bounces back, beautiful little riser there, coming from down low. Again, never going to see the same arm slot twice with Winkley. Very rare you'll get a repeat effort out of him unless you fall behind the count. The 0-2, really never a chance. Thank you all for joining us here. Bottom 2 action, 1-0 Snappers. The man responsible for that one run, Taylor Bryner here. Solo home run, first pitch of the game. Goes nice. Left to right breaker into Bryner. He's only able to get the top of it. Gannon's going to be very careful here with Bryner, especially ahead in the count. And there's a nice north-south breaker. And you'll hear me reference a pitch like that a lot. That north-south pitch that every pitcher needs, and the location that Winkley's able to use there, right at the back foot of the hitter. Starts it over the middle of the zone, ends it at the back foot of the hitter. Looks very enticing up there, and you usually get a swing over the top. And we've stumbled into a Nice little 1-0 game here, Chad. A good changeup for me. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, the pitching is going to be big in this series tonight. It's what these day games are a little different than the night games too. A lot of hitters have complained about picking up the ball in the light, and then as like 7 o'clock rolls around and it starts to get like a little dusky, it's really tricky to pick up the ball when you're hitting sometimes. When these shadows are out in front, as you can see, it's shadow, sun, shadow, the pitcher's in, so it can be tricky picking the ball up through that, and I think we're seeing a little bit of that here, especially with the movement these two guys have on their pitches.
That's a great point on the shadows. Definitely coming into play. Good pickup. Here's Herzog. Herzog trying to go to the right field there. I like that.
Kind of a funky little swing there, though. I don't know if he saw it as well as he would like to have.
Yeah, that's a great point, Chad, on the shadows. Definitely coming into play. Oh, little hot.
How nasty was that pitch? Barely tinking the side with a screwball on the outside at 58.
Here's the 1-2. Big lead off a bat here. And he takes. Herzog displaying one of the better eyes in the league. 52 walks last season in 42 games.
I think it was 53.
53, my goodness.
Yeah, that might be a record that's never broken. Pitching has gotten so much stronger this season, as you can see right now. That Casey, I already told him he's an underdog to walk half as many times as he did last season. I said 27
Agreed.
Walks, almost no chance.
Even the first 15, 20 games of last season, I would like to see how many walks he had in the last 15 games.
He had a lot in the last 15 games, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Trench goes after the first pitch, puts one in play. Pretty routine for Weber. And this 1-0 lead feels a little bigger than that, with Bryner cruising.
Screwball didn't screw that time.
No, it did not.
He knew it right away.
Here's Buck 0 for 2. Looking to get his career going.
That might be the best pitch he sees, but it's still a pretty good one.
It's a nice pitch. Tough to take those with Bryner. That might be your right, Chad. Here's the 1-2. A little short, caps underneath it. Gathers himself and makes a nice throw. Nice play.
Jesse's really turned himself into a very solid infielder. He had some serious throwing problems when he first came down to the ranch, but he's been working hard as a pitcher, which has helped him as a thrower on the infield, dropping that arm angle a little bit to prevent the ball from diving on him.
Yeah, and takes his time out there. That's the sign of a guy that's been playing out here a lot, is understands the time difference, gathers himself, gets the grip, too. Gets the grip and doesn't throw a missile in there, just gets a nice accurate throw.
Jesse's got great reaction time as a tennis player out there, and he's got great long arms, and he's got pretty quick instincts. So those three things together make him a fantastic infielder. But I would like to give Trench a little props for that play he made last inning. That was very hard hit, and it was a good 2 steps to his left. You'd barely even have time to throw your arms out on a ball like that. If it's not hit right at you, it's very unlikely you're going to make that play.
Yeah, he does a great job at short. Doesn't get enough credit at shortstop.
I don't care.
Now Gannon takes his place as he looks to keep the Snappers at bay here. Bottom 4th, 1-0 game. And Weber hits it hard. And that's caught. Beautiful sliding play by Tanic.
Kept his body under control, got it under the ball, didn't hurt himself hitting the ground, it looks like. He's
for a guy that big, that's not an easy play for him.
He's down like 20 pounds out there, Jim. He's been working hard. He got up to a career high. And
I think he's been seeing these hitters hit bombs early in the season. And
he wanted some motivation.
Got some motivation.
Yeah.
Here's J-Dub cruising along here in game 1.
I think that was another small reason to pick the late schedule, so he had some time to get in a little bit better shape.
Right, and the Sandvipers are, a lot of these guys help with the production here, and very taxing season in the spring. I think the break was warranted. Yeah, Patricus, that's the first time I've seen Adam make a play like that. Really got down. Made a little joke that the ground shook when he got up. 1-2 count, 1 out. Snappers would love to add on here.
Well, one insurance run is monstrous out here because it just allows Taylor to work a little more, with a little more conviction and not worry about giving up that solo home to Tanic, who's going to bat next inning.
Absolutely. And gets J-Dub. Winkley dialed in. Both pitchers dialed in.
J-Dub has beat the crap out of some weak-ass pitching out here, and now the good pitchers come and they kind of shut him down a little bit.
Here's Castaneda. Big swinging. Takes inside. Hollywood, TJ, 21 eligible games left. With the Sandvipers starting their season, I think it makes sense not to have him tonight and save him for later.
Yeah, he did play 21 games for the Bombers, so he can only play 21 games for the Vipers, and the Vipers have 42 games left, so Adam's going to pick and choose the nights he uses him. He can only play him 7 out of 14 nights, assuming he goes all 3 games. And the way TJ is, I'm sure he doesn't want to just come down to the ranch for 1 game. He's going to want to come for the night if he's going to play. Maybe they try and use him 2 out of the 3 games or something so he can play a little longer.
Gannon and Castaneda, and there's Tom's second walk. Big moment in this game, Chad.
Yeah, Adam's coming in. Should be able to get this last out. You know how many complete games have been lost with 1 out left? Not that this is only the 4th, but if they don't find a run, they're only going to get to pitch 4 this game. Winkley is the best outfielder in the league from season 1.
He's good.
Dobbins gave him a little bit of a run, but Tom is still standing as number 1 out there in the outfield. So
And we thank you, 48 viewers, for tuning in. Do us a favor, hit the follow button, subscribe, Amazon Prime, free Twitch subscription. We'd love to have you support what we're doing out here in the PLW. Some of the best wiffle ball in the nation.
Boop, boop. We'll give you the little trade rundown in between innings here, okay?
Here's Tanic. Santianas ground ball through trench. That will move Castaneda to second. First and second, 2 outs. Tanic probably thought he was out of the inning there. And Trench, uncharacteristic from him.
Well, the 5 hole's a real thing in wiffle ball here, where it's really not in the majors. You got a little more time to react.
Here's Devlin.
But that ball gets through Trench's 5 hole there before he could even get his arms down to the ground. It's pretty tricky. When
Some game 1 jitters, Chad.
I don't know. That ball was smashed.
That was hit well.
Just a tough play.
It's an error in my book.
I got that as a hit.
Oh, no. It's right through the legs.
It was hit too hard for him to field. Buck's first play. Hey, Buck, keep that ball for yourself.
Tanic does a good job coming in, and let's see if the Sandvipers can get some offense.
All right, so there was a big 3-team trade this week. TJ was unable to...
Thank you, chat, supporting me, Chad, by the way.
TJ was totally unable to A, manage his team, B, keep his team rallied around him, C, pay his team's bill. So his team was bought out, essentially, and Adam Tanic paid the bill for his team out of his own pocket and bought out the Bombers, basically. Traded all 4 Carrasco brothers to the Bombers, named Carrasco the new GM of the Bombers. So it's Carrasco, Max and Mateo, and Dad Alain. The 4 of them are now on the Bombers. The Owls get back Mayo from the Bombers in return, and they get back the last pick in the draft that the Sandvipers took. I can't remember his name. And in return, the TJ goes to the Vipers, and Nick Davila gets what he wants from the Owls, is Brandon and all the Carrascos to their own spot.
Yeah, with that trade, we can discuss that thing all night. Big, in the end, I think makes the PLW better. As we get Tanic here, standing far away from the plate, as he does, uses his length to his advantage, and a big swing there.
It's very hard to make a trade where all 3 teams benefit and get exactly what they want, but that's what happened with this deal.
You might want to say that, little boot boot. No, that's a good question. Essentially, possibly.
Thanks, Matt. Tony Daly, yes. Tony Daly is now on the Owls as their final player.
Love the new emotes, guys. Good feature for everyone in the chat. Here's Bryner. Big out here. As he fouls it off, stays alive. Top 5, last 3 outs here for the Sandvipers in game 1. 1-0 Snappers. Top of the order here.
Patricus, I think they made it clear.
Just below the strike zone there.
We're not going to chase 10 random guys for money. It's on the GM to get it done. He didn't, and we're treating him like he's the real GM, and he's out.
Here's the 1-2. Smoke down the line, and that's a leadoff double for the Sandvipers, and signs of life here in the top of the 5th.
Tanic did a great job of staying with that, keeping his knees bent, staying down, and just digging that one out, basically. Big double to lead off the inning there. 1 single away from tying this up.
And here we go. As yet again getting treated to a very tense matchup here. It's close. This league is close. And here's Dr. Winkley. Runner at second, nobody out, chasing 1. wisely takes inside. Bryner will throw that screwball going away from lefties. The 1-1 pitch. And there's the pitch we talked about. A bit hot. Winkley catches a break.
Big break there.
Possibly fooled by that pitch. Has some count leverage here, 2-1. Wouldn't expect Bryner to come in here. Base open. Oh, and a good pitch to hit. Big 12-6 breaker. Left it up, Chad.
He was a little out in front, though. He did get fooled a little. That's the one thing I've been saying the last couple weeks about Taylor. He has 4 pitches, but the arm slot for all 4 pitches is the exact same.
Right.
So it's really hard to recognize which pitch is coming until it's too late sometimes.
2-2 offering here. And that's hit. Castaneda hands it off to J-Dub. Unorthodox play.
4-8-4.
And they get it done. Castaneda realizing he probably could not get up in time and wisely hands it off to his playing partner, J-Dub. Some good teamwork there by the Snappers, and you can tell these guys have been playing together a while.
Well, Johnny's kind of new out there, but they've been really coaching him up to speed.
They practice more than anybody. These guys are out here every night.
Oh, they don't leave at night.
They
We have
do
to turn
not
the lights
leave.
off
Yes,
on
you
them.
have to kick these guys out of here. Here's Herzog. Oh, Tink. Where's the
Oh,
emo?
no, at
Let's see the emotes.
55.
Let's see the emotes. Tink, baby. 0-2 hole for Herzog. Nasty screwball.
Sounded like it was bad.
No, I didn't think so. He held up there, hit maybe the pole of the 1-2, and Herzog lays off, showing that eye. The 2-2 pitch. Tanic at second, tying run. And Casey does it again.
Works
Gets
it
it
full.
to a full.
See what Taylor brings him here. Does have a base open. He's not going to use that base, though. He's going to come right after him with a filthy drop, and Casey swings over the top of it. 2 outs.
Bryner in the zone. Not phased at all by that leadoff double. There it is, the Tink emotes. Love it. And here's Picon. Trench, our announcer.
Recognizes strike, takes a big swing.
Takes a good swing and a good pitch, just a little too nasty. Chad, is this our first 1-0 game of the season?
I think it might be right here.
Trench needs to put something in play here. And hot at 60, good recognition. And for your first game of the season, that's very good recognition.
In the Major Leagues, it's 9-0. Is it?
Trench just needs a single to tie this game. 1-2 offering. Flared to second. Caps is there, and the Snappers have put away game 1. 1-0. I believe that's our first 1-0 game of the season, much to my enjoyment.